Hello everyone, with the Out of Arena event going on right now, there's a lot of goodies to get from it, and I think I found a nice quick way to make it where you can really maximize these rewards. Now, a side note, or not really a side note, but people complain about how many light and dark heroes they could get from it. They patched it, we now have the option to get a bunch more, and they threw a bunch more stuff inside it, and we'll just show an image right here of it. But let's talk about these rewards. This is actually my first time seeing these ancient souls being able to get grabbed. This is what you can use as a duplicate for either a light dark hero, which is going to be the more expensive one, or for one of the 4 races. This is what I'm going to be going for on my pay to win account. I'm going to try to pick up both of these, slap one on a Lilith, and slap the other on a Kion. For my free-to-play account though, we've got Babu out there and he's sitting at 12 stars. I really need to push him to 13, 14. So I'm going to try to grab these, and anything I have left over, we're going to be putting in soul stones so I can get that perfect link to the next level. But you can just see there's a ton of stuff inside this, and in order to get these things, there's going to be 3 different ways that we can go and grab these tokens. Number 1, you could pay for them through these kind of deals and stuff. I'm kind of staying away from them. They're looking kind of nice, but there wasn't anything that absolutely jumped out to me like, hey, I need to get this. The other one's going to be based by your ranking inside the arena for today. So however you score the highest inside it, you'll be kind of ranking up based by these lists here. Now the gaps aren't going to be a huge difference, but every little bit does help. But the last one is going to be where you're getting a majority of them from, and this is going to be from the missions. And boy, oh boy, there's a lot. We have logins, summoning, we have challenges in the arena, winning in the arena, even going in how many times you can defeat somebody at a higher level than you. And that's the one we're going to touch on in a second. But we also have the Cave of Abyss, which is another good one. I always like playing through on that. And then how many gems you're going to spend inside the game. So I really believe that if you are going to spend gems, your best money spent is going to be on arena tokens. Clicking up top, 300 gems will give you an extra 7 tries, and doing it twice give you a total of 21, maybe 22 or 23, depending on where you're sitting at inside of the game and what your VIP level is. Could be a little more, it could be a little less, but say roughly 20 is enough to get your highest rank possible and still have some tokens to have some fun with. Now I waited a little bit because I wanted to do some testing here to kind of see if this was actually going to work, but the big one being the winning inside the arena and winning for players that have a higher power level than you. My suggestion is to go in and attack the players that are a higher ranking, but at a lower power than you. It sounds pretty straightforward, but once you get to the point where things are getting a little bit difficult, this is where you want to attack players that are a lesser power than you and still pretty close to where you're sitting for ranking. This will mean that you'll get trophies. You might not get a lot of them, but you're still going to be able to climb up in rank. And once you get up in the top 50, unless you're spending money on it, you're probably not going to be seeing the top 10 at all. So this is where I want you to go in with your 4 best heroes. Drop one of them out. You'll get the thing on the screen that says, you know you can equip 5 heroes, but you're only going with 4. Go in anyways, because this is going to drop our power a good amount, and then we can go find somebody that's still pretty weak, but just has a little bit more power than us. So say that I'm roughly sitting at 550, I go and drop somebody and I'm down to 450. I can now go attack that person that's at 455, beat them, and get one of those marks on the screen saying that I attacked somebody at a higher power level. The other thing I want you to do is take those 4 heroes that you're using to go and try to get that gain and go and put them in your defense deck. Yes, this means that you might drop down some trophies, but if you go and win a battle while in your defense deck, that'll count for battles won inside the game. I was trying to test this for the one for beating people at a higher power level, but the one that I won against was actually still like 5,000 power below me. Now I'm thinking that if this actually gave us a mark on the mission for winning just by defending, that if we do get somebody that attacks you at a higher power level and they lose to you, that will still count towards the other mission. I've been trying to log off and back on during the day just to see, but unfortunately I didn't get that lucky. It's always somebody like 300 or 400,000 power higher attacking me. But that also might have been because I ranked up top 40 where there's a lot of tough people up there. Now the challenging in the arena one, you only be able to get so far unless you spend, or if your VIP level is pretty high, which meant that you already spent already. So don't stress too much about that one. The next way I would probably go inside this would be putting into torches of the Cave of Abyss. I think spending the gems on that will get you a lot further than doing the summonings. Obviously, still do some summonings, but it's going to come to a point where spending 2,700 for every 10 is going to get pretty costly. Although we will get the gems one, but still doing it on the Cave of Abyss seems like a better way to go. But when it comes down to it, either way, buying the arena tokens is the best bet, is the best deal. You're getting the most value for your money, and you should be easily able to climb up pretty high with like 20 turns. This is something you really don't want to go and just kind of attack every 4 hours and use up your 1 token. Let these things build up, buy the extra 14, and then just go all in at once. And as far as your defense deck, even if you want to go with 3 heroes inside there, make yourself look weak, but make sure that the heroes you're using are strong. So I'm really curious to know what you guys are going to try to grab from this event. Let me know in the comments below. If you guys want to know what I think they need to fix immediately inside this game, check out this video right up over here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.